Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, The Drama. So this is Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. So they did a lot of marketing. I saw a lot of that on the social media channels where they were doing interviews and stuff like that. So I think this was well marketed. Hour and 45 minutes long. Dark comedy. Interesting. Romantic comedy, comedy drama, romance. So just came out today. So I even I read the synopsis this afternoon, so in my shorts. But anyway, a happily engaged couple is put to the test when an unexpected turn sends their wedding week off the rails. So they're the only two that I recognize in it. I didn't go too far to see who else was in it, but I'm sure there's other people we'll recognize. It is 7.4 on IMDb, which is pretty good. 40,687 people. So well marketed, well liked. Hopefully I'll like it. It's great. These movies come out on a Tuesday, and I can't wait to watch them. And I put them right on instead of waiting till like the weekend. Most people are like excited watching a movie. No, I gotta watch them as soon as they come out. So anyway, let me see if it's worth you watching maybe this weekend. All right, stick around. I'll let you know. Hey, everybody. The credits of the drama, and wow, now I totally get the dark comedy. I mean, it is a real dark comedy. It's not a comedy at all. It's not a rom com. It's nothing like that. It's straight up drama. And it happens at about the 24-minute mark, I think. So I'll briefly talk about it. Then I'm going to get into spoilers a little bit more. But so the couple, as we know, Zendaya and Robert Pattinson find each other in love, live together, plan this wedding to get together, right? And they go out with a couple of friends, and the biggest thing is they start sharing their biggest mistakes in life, or the thing they did the worst, right? And so Zendaya, being the bride, shares something, and it from there it's until the wedding, right? It's just as they're building towards a wedding, it's all about that. The mistake or the worst thing that she has ever done. So you're watching Robert Patterson, the bridal party, deal with what was said, and then how do they move forward? How do they move forward as a couple? How do they move forward as friends and stuff like that? And can you and all that stuff? All these things start going on and on, and so it really becomes hard to watch. Like especially at the end, when it's all coming to this dramatic climax, it's just so uncomfortable. Kinds of things that I just don't like. But it was well done, great acting, very interesting um, topic, I think, to put in a movie and to do this. So that's what you get. So that I mean, just that's all I'm going to give you as far as everything else. I'm going to start opening up, but so that's enough. Enough. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! I'm not going to ruin the ending per se. Who cares? I'm going to talk openly about it because I just can't do this without, right? So the she planned a school shooting, and so now they're talking about like how do you deal with that? And then, of course, the maid of honor had somebody who was impacted by a shooting of some sort. But Robert Patterson is trying to determine, is this right for him or not? Can he get overlook it? He's playing it over in his head. It's ruining everything. It's overtaking him in every form or fashion, as it would. Like you're getting married, and you think to yourself, like, you have doubts. A lot of people have doubts when they go into their marriage. And so is it the right person? That kind of thing. And, maybe do you know them as well as you think you know them? All that stuff. Um, it's funny. I dating for 7 months. At least they're dating for 2 years, you know? But, and so you throw this thing on top of it. And now he's doing that, introspective type thing. Is this the right for me? And how do I move forward? All that stuff. And it's hard to watch him deal with this and the thoughts that goes through his head, every little thing that tips him off. It really is, you know, you think of mind torture for him and us as the audience as we're watching. And then it all comes to a head at the wedding, right? And the whole, I don't know, the secretary thing or whatever that was, him talking to her was great, but the whole you didn't need that extra piece, I don't think, in there. But whatever, um, and I'm still trying to be a little bit not share too much, but when we get to the wedding, and it was fast, and there was a lot of jumping around. I felt first, and I was kind of not sure where we were, but the timeline wasn't as clear to me, but I got it. But then it jumps right to the wedding. I had no idea we were getting right into it, and there we are into it, and it's like, you know, and just to watch that whole struggle, just from the speeches, from the maid of honor, from the everything. Every time the father speaking, then gets to Robert Pattinson, and then it just blows up. It's just so difficult to watch, and seeing this all implode, explode, whatever, right then and there. And so, all right, you get through all of that, get through all of it. Now, how's it gonna end? I don't know. We still don't know what happened. What was that ending? I mean, is it for you now to interpret? I don't like interpreting every ending anymore. Tell me what I'm supposed to feel. Let you. See, my dog agrees. And when it's true, you sneeze. I didn't mean to rhyme like that, but you're in for it. So yeah, so that's the biggest thing for me. It's like I'm done interpreting. I want to know, what am I supposed to feel? What's supposed to happen in some cases. So, a lot of people are out there now trying this new idea of, leaving it open to you. But that's what you get. Love to hear your thoughts in the comments of, put spoiler alerts and everything. What do you really think happened? What happens with these two post credits? So as you see, my son just came down because I told him I'd hang out with him after the movie. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.